One of Prince William and Catherine's most trusted confidants, Jason Knopf, has broken his silence on the controversy surrounding Meghan Markle's alleged bullying of palace staff. This explosive interview on 60 Minutes Australia marks Knopf's first public comment about the incident that sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Hello and welcome, I'm Cameron Walker and you're watching GBN Royal. Now Jason, who served as Communications Secretary for the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, has finally addressed the intense scrutiny he faced after an internal email he wrote about Meghan was revealed in court documents. This, which happened in 2021, thrust Knopf into the spotlight and ignited a firestorm of speculation and debate that continues to this day. Let's rewind to 2018 when Knopf sent that fateful internal email raising concerns about Meghan's alleged treatment of palace staff. Fast forward to 2021 and this private communication suddenly became very public, just as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were preparing to air their grievances on international television with Oprah Winfrey. The timing, as they say, couldn't have been more explosive. Now Meghan, who's 43, vehemently denies these allegations and her lawyers describes them as a calculated smear campaign based on misleading and harmful misinformation. But the damage was done and Buckingham Palace was forced to launch an internal review into the bullying claims. Interestingly, the findings of this review were never made public, leaving many to wonder what truths may lie behind palace walls. Now, Knopf has chosen to speak out, and his words are nothing short of riveting. When asked about the media attention on him, Knopf maintained a, let's say, philosophical outlook. He told 60 Minutes Australia, "I think it's tough, but it's probably quite good. You know, someone who has been helping other people through how to deal with the public eye, you probably had to take your own medicine sometimes." Now, this measured response from Jason is particularly noteworthy given the intense scrutiny he faced. It's a testament to his professionalism and perhaps an indication of the discretion expected from those who work closely with the royal family.
Explosive new claims have reignited the controversy surrounding Meghan Markle. A former royal aide has broken their silence, alleging that behind palace doors, the Duchess's behaviour was far from the polished image the world once admired. Tonight, we uncover the truth behind the bullying scandal that rocked the royal household. It began with whispers, claims that Meghan's staff were reduced to tears, that her demands left palace aides struggling under pressure. According to reports, multiple staff members filed formal complaints alleging intimidation and emotional distress. The palace quietly launched an internal investigation, one that would later spark headlines across the globe. Now, one former royal aide has come forward, breaking years of silence. Speaking under anonymity, they describe a toxic atmosphere where fear, frustration, and confusion ruled the day. The insider claims Meghan's charisma on camera was matched by volatility behind closed doors. These are, of course, allegations, but the testimony has reignited a long-dormant storm. Meghan Markle has always fiercely denied the claims. Her representatives call the accusations a calculated smear campaign, timed suspiciously ahead of the Oprah interview that shocked the world. They insist Meghan is a strong, principled woman, targeted by a system uncomfortable with her independence and identity.
And on that theme, I suspect Jason wouldn't have spoken out without Prince William's express permission. But the drama didn't end there, because in 2021, Knopf found himself embroiled in Meghan's legal battle with the Mail on Sunday, as previously mentioned, regarding the private letter to her father. During the case, Knopf's private emails and messages suggesting Meghan was aware the letter could be leaked led to her apology to the court for unintentionally misleading it. This turn of events added another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. When asked if he would do anything differently, Knopf was resolute. "No, it's not what I would have sought, but you know, at the end of the day, you get to do an amazing job. You've got to take everything that comes with it." Despite the controversy, Jason spoke warmly of his time working for the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. He said, "I worked really closely with both brothers and we had lots of great times." After he stood down as Communications Secretary, he became Chief Executive of Prince William and Catherine's Royal Foundation, helping to launch Prince William's Earthshot Prize. Now, Jason revealed more about the turbulent time last year when Prince William's wife and father were both diagnosed with cancer. He told 60 Minutes Australia, "Within a couple of weeks, if you're Prince William, you find out both your wife and your father have cancer. I couldn't believe it." He described a phone call he had with William about Catherine's diagnosis. He said, "It was awful, absolutely awful. It's the lowest I've ever seen him." But the problem was that all this crazy conspiracy theory stuff kicked off in the background online. Was she really ill? But they didn't want to say yet that she had cancer because they hadn't told the children, and they were still working through how to tell the children. Now, Mr. Knopf said what he used to talk about the most in the past with Prince William when he worked for him was how he and the princess were going to prepare their children for life in the public eye. He added Prince William's childhood in front of the media was quite difficult at times, and he knew that he was going to be raising his kids to deal with social media and mobile phones and all of that stuff. Now let's break all of that down, because we know Prince William had quite a challenging childhood growing up in the public eye and had a lot of media exposure early on. Many photo calls, even on private family ski holidays, were scheduled, and he was persuaded to bravely walk behind his mother's coffin through the streets of London in front of millions after she was killed in a car crash in 1997. When he became a father himself, he made a conscious decision to shield his children from most of what he experienced growing up.
The palace, meanwhile, tread carefully, releasing a brief statement confirming an HR investigation into the complaints. Months later, their findings were quietly sealed. No public report. No details released. The silence only deepened public suspicion and divided opinion between those who saw Meghan as a victim and those who saw her as the villain. British tabloids went into overdrive. Headlines branded Meghan everything from a duchess of drama to a nightmare boss. Yet others questioned the media's obsession, asking if the coverage itself had crossed into bullying. The irony wasn't lost: a woman accused of cruelty, facing a tidal wave of public hate. Beyond the scandal lies a deeper conversation about race, power, and the pressures of royal life. Was Meghan Markle a demanding employer, or a woman crushed by an outdated system? The truth may never be fully known. But one thing is clear: her story continues to divide the world, long after her royal exit. As the dust settles, one question remains: who really bullied whom? The palace, the press, or the Duchess herself? In the kingdom of headlines and half-truths, perception often becomes its own kind of power. And for Meghan Markle, that power remains both her weapon and her curse.
Photographs of them have been published at key milestones, including birthdays, and Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis have all appeared in public during major royal events. But that's pretty much it. Their private time is strictly off limits. But as George, Charlotte, and Louis grow up, they will be the first generation of the royal family navigating the perils of social media. Prince William and Harry could privately let their hair down in exclusive London nightclubs in their late teens and early 20s, but smartphones and social media didn't exist back then. What's to stop somebody uploading videos of George, Charlotte, or Louis during their private time and uploading it to TikTok or another social media site? What's to stop that from going viral? The palace and the traditional media, particularly British print and broadcast, have a respectable understanding, but they cannot control social media, which is increasingly becoming the Wild West. Prince Harry, when he was in his late 20s, was photographed naked in a Las Vegas hotel room, which was then sold to the tabloids. That was perhaps an early example of the perils of camera phones. Jason Knopf's interview, considering he's still a trusted confidant of Prince William, was unexpected, and as I said, I suspect he would not have spoken out without Prince William's permission, but Kensington Palace have remained silent. I'm Cameron Walker. Don't forget to subscribe to GBM Royal for the latest royal updates.
Jason Knopf, is that how you pronounce it?
Knauf.
Knauf? No. That's Knopf. Hey! Well, he spoke to the Australian network 9 Now. Let's take a listen.
And was keeping a close eye on the couple's public image. Behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. Just a few months after he joined them on this trip to Ireland in 2018, their first as husband and wife, Jason raised concerns the Duchess was upsetting junior staff.
I am very concerned that the Duchess was able to bully 2 PAs out of the household in the past year. We have had report after report from people who have witnessed unacceptable behavior.
Right, well, there you go. Shall we speak to GB News royal correspondent Cameron Walker, who's with us here. Cameron, how significant is this intervention, then?
Well, incredibly. Jason is a very trusted aide of Prince William, but also used to be Harry and Meghan's trusted aide as well. And I suspect he would not have spoken on camera to the media unless he had Prince William's express permission to do so. He was asked on several topics. The whole point of the documentary on 60 Minutes Australia was looking ahead to the kind of king that Prince William would be. But inevitably, Jason was asked about Harry and Meghan because he was at the centre of the storm when it was, on the surface, the so-called Fab Four, William, Catherine, Harry and Meghan. But, of course, below, we know all of these problems were going on, including these very serious bullying allegations against Meghan Markle, allegedly bullying 2 junior members of staff out of the royal household, something both Meghan and her lawyers have always denied. But, of course, we have this letter, which was aired in open court when Meghan was suing the Mail on Sunday for a separate issue, that said, from Jason to Prince William's private secretary, I'm concerned that Meghan managed to bully 2 members of staff out of the royal household. So it was there in black and white. He essentially told the journalists in Australia that it's very sad that Harry and William's relationship has got to the stage that it's in. I understand that they're not on speaking terms and haven't been for a number of years. Every time you mention the Duke of Sussex to Prince William's team, the barriers go up. They don't want to, talk about it. But he does say that Prince William has chosen to keep a dignified silence, and therefore I'm going to as well, which again suggests that Jason Knopf even has only spoken because Prince William's given him permission to do so.